Welcome to the Walking Dead podcast.
Oh, I like that.
Where every bit we bring you one or two addictive horror stories, nightmares, terrifying tales, and ancient curses.
All designed to shake you to your core.
Exactly. But in a fun way, spooky but entertaining,
Yeah.
with some truly masterful storytelling.
That will definitely keep you coming back for more.
Yes. So make sure to rate and follow for more Walking Dead episodes. And this time, we're diving into these two really unsettling stories sent in by listeners. And you know what they both have in common?
That's that.
They explore what happens when we really, really want something, like deep down, and also what happens when we can't let go of something we've lost.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. It's like two sides of the same coin, right?
Huh?
The yearning for something more, something different, and then the ache of loss, the desire to reclaim what's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Both can lead us down some pretty dark paths.
Exactly. It's like peeking into the shadowy corners of human desire, and seeing what might be lurking there and, maybe learning a little something about ourselves along the way.
I love that. So what are these tales of longing and loss that we're diving into today?
All right. So our first story is called In the Well.
Classic.
Right. And it's got that, that classic setup. A group of friends, they stumble upon this old wishing well.
The kind you just know is gonna cause trouble.
Of course. Steeped in local legend, probably a few too many warnings scribbled on the side. And of course, there's the obligatory old woman who tells them to stay away.
Oh, there's always an old woman, isn't there? The keeper of the secrets, the voice of warning.
Yeah, Mrs. Bennett in this case. But, teenagers, they never listen. Especially Sarah. She's just gotten a college rejection.
Ouch. Yeah, that stinks.
Right. And she's got this, this gnawing feeling that her life needs a serious change. So, the well.
Yeah.
Well, it calls to her.
That temptation to take control, to make things different, it's powerful.
Yeah. But here's the thing. She doesn't wish to get into the college. She wishes for something else. Something adjacent, she says.
Ooh, interesting. That's a really specific choice. It makes you wonder what was going on beneath that college rejection. Was it really just about the school? Or was there something deeper, a longing for a different kind of life, a different version of herself?
That's what's so great about the story. It really makes you think. So she makes her wish, whispers it into the well, and almost immediately her phone pings. It's a message from a modeling agency. They tell her she's got the look, that she could be the next big thing.
Wow, talk about a sudden shift from college hopeful to potential supermodel. It makes you wonder, how did the well interpret that adjacent wish? Did it tap into some hidden insecurity, some desire for recognition that Sarah didn't even realize she had?
And that's just the beginning. Then we've got Jake. He's the kid who always gets picked on, tired of feeling small and powerless. So he wishes for change, but his wish is physical. He wants to be stronger, to be able to defend himself.
Ah, so his desire is focused on the external, on changing his circumstances rather than his inner state. Classic wish gone wrong material right there.
Oh, yeah, big time. Because the next day, he wakes up and he's suddenly, ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
And yeah, the bullies back off. But then there's this accident. A classmate bumps into him and their arm snaps against his, rock-hard body.
Man, that image is brutal. It really highlights the unintended consequences, right? Jake wanted protection, but he got this raw, uncontrolled power that actually ends up hurting someone else.
And it just keeps getting worse. The friends, they keep making wishes. A dancer who's always struggled with coordination, she wishes for grace. Suddenly, she's moving like she was born on stage. A kid who feels invisible, he wishes for attention, and he gets it in spades. But every time one of them gets what they wished for, something really creepy happens to Mrs. Bennett. Her garden, which she used to take such pride in, it starts to wither, and her hands, which always had that, that slight tremor of old age, they start shaking more violently. It's like she's being drained somehow.
That's such a chilling detail.
Yeah.
It suggests that the well isn't just granting wishes. It's taking something in return. It's feeding on something. And Mrs. Bennett seems to be paying the price.
Exactly. And then one day, they find her by the well, which is completely dried up, and she looks ancient.
Yeah.
Like she's aged decades in just a few weeks. And before collapsing, she whispers this really chilling explanation. She says, "It feeds on the want, not the words. Takes a piece of you till nothing's left."
Whoa. Okay, so we need to unpack that. It's not the literal words of the wish that matter. It's the underlying desire, the yearning that's fueling it. And that, well, it consumes that desire, but it also takes a piece of you in the process.
And it makes you think, what did Sarah and Jake really give up in exchange for their wishes? What part of themselves is now gone?
Right. So for Sarah, it wasn't just about the modeling career. It was probably about feeling seen, feeling valued. And it gave her beauty, this external validation, but maybe it took away her self-worth, her ability to connect with people for who she truly is, not just how she looks.
And
He wanted to feel safe, respected, and the well gave him physical strength, but maybe at the cost of his empathy, his ability to understand vulnerability. It's like the well distorts the very essence of their desires, giving them a twisted version of what they wanted.
And as the days go by, the friends start to see the cracks in their new realities. Sarah's modeling contracts turn out to be predatory and exploitative. Jake's strength feels like a burden, isolating him from everyone else. And the kid who wished for attention, he's overwhelmed by it, suffocating under the weight of all those eyes on him.
It's the classic cautionary tale. Right? Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And then what?
They realize they have to undo the wishes, so they go back to the well. And here's where it gets really interesting. Sarah, she doesn't wish to be her old self again. She specifically wishes to take back the beauty.
Ooh, that's a subtle but important distinction. She recognizes that the beauty itself has become a curse, a source of pain and exploitation.
She throws the coin into the well, and for a moment her reflection in the water, it distorts, becomes this grotesque, twisted image before snapping back to normal.
That visual is so powerful. It hints at the violence of trying to reverse the well's magic, like ripping something away that's become part of you.
And it is violent. Sarah, she starts having these horrific accidents, one after another. Her face is scarred, her features, the ones that made her a perfect model, they're gone, and the hospital bills are piling up.
Oh, God. So even trying to undo the wish brings its own set of consequences, its own kind of suffering.
And one by one, the other wishes unravel too. Jake loses his strength, the dancer loses her grace, the kid who craved attention fades back into the background. But here's the really messed up part. They don't feel relief.
No. What do they feel then?
It's worse somehow. The bullying starts up again for Jake, the dancer. She's back to stumbling through her routines. And the kid who wanted attention, he feels even more invisible now, like everyone's forgotten about him.
It's like they're back where they started, but emptier somehow. Like the well took something from them that they can't get back.
Exactly. And while all this is happening, Mrs. Bennett, she seems to be getting younger. Her garden's blooming again. It's like their loss is her gain.
It really drives home that idea that the well is this parasitic entity feeding on their desires, their desperation.
In a final desperate attempt, they all throw more coins into the well, hoping to somehow fix everything. But it's too late. Mrs. Bennett, she watches them with this, sad understanding in her eyes. And she says, "Children, the well doesn't give, it takes. You wished, it fed. You wished to undo, and it feasted."
Oh, well, that line sends chills down my spine. It perfectly encapsulates the well's nature. It's not a benevolent force granting wishes. It's a predator exploiting their desires, and their attempts to undo those desires only feed it more.
And that's where the story leaves them. Broken, empty, haunted by the consequences of their wishes. Sarah with her stars, Jake with his hollow victories, the others with this chilling sense of absence. And the well remains, silent and hidden, a testament to their mistakes.
It's a powerful ending, and it leaves you with so many questions. What happens to them now? Can they ever truly heal from this experience? And what about the well itself? Will it continue to lure in others, feeding on their desires and leaving them hollowed out in its wake?
So our second story takes us from the classic horror of a wishing well to the very modern anxieties of the digital world. It's called Login from the Underworld, and it's about Jamie, a teenager struggling to cope with the loss of his girlfriend, Ellie.
Oh, lost in the digital age. That's a whole other level of complicated.
It's like we leave these digital footprints behind, these traces of ourselves online, and when someone's gone, those traces can become both a comfort and a source of incredible pain.
It's like trying to hold on to a ghost, but the ghost is made of data and code.
Exactly. So Jamie, he's a musician, but after Ellie's death, he throws himself into coding. He becomes obsessed with this idea of reconstructing her, not just from his memories, but from the fragments of her online life.
So he's trying to rebuild her from her digital remains, like
Yeah.
a digital resurrection.
In a way, yeah. He creates this program he calls a ghost assembler. It's not like, sophisticated AI or anything. It's more like, imagine a digital detective meticulously piecing together clues from a crime scene. He feeds the program everything he can find. Snippets of her laugh from old videos, fragments of her favorite songs, even those little mannerisms she had, like the way she'd tilt her head when she was thinking hard.
He's trying to capture the essence of her, not just her physical appearance. He's looking for her soul in the data.
And after weeks of work, the program starts spitting out results. Her old username, it flickers onto the screen, but her profile picture, it's just this blank silhouette.
Ooh, that's so poignant. It's like he's caught a glimpse of her, but she's still just out of reach. A ghost in the machine.
And the story establishes this really important rule. The profile, it's fragile, incomplete. Trying to view it too soon will cause it to collapse. But Jamie, he can't resist. He's driven by this, overwhelming need to see even a trace of her. So he clicks on the profile.
Oh no, what happens?
It loads for a second. He sees her bio, that little snippet of text that used to describe her: music lover, cat mom, chronically indecisive. And then the screen goes black.
He lost her again. Even in this digital form, she's slipping away from him.
It's a devastating moment. It really highlights the futility of what he's trying to do, but also, the power of grief, how it can make us do things that we know are probably not a good idea.
It's like he's blinded by his desire to work her back, to the point where he ignores the very rules that could help him succeed.
But he doesn't give up. He keeps tweaking the code, refining the algorithms, convinced that Ellie's still in there, somewhere in the data, and eventually her username reappears. And this time, he hesitates. He remembers reading about other people who tried to do this, who became so consumed by their digital resurrections that they lost touch with reality.
It's like those cautionary tales about playing God, right? Tampering with forces beyond our understanding. But in this case, the forbidden knowledge is coded into algorithms and data streams.
But the pull is too strong. He clicks on the profile again. And this time, something different happens. Her favorite song starts playing. But it's distorted, like a corrupted file. The melody is all wrong, the notes are clashing, and her voice, if that's even her voice, it's like it's been broken and put back together wrong. And then the lyrics, they start twisting into this jumbled mess of words before dissolving into these jarring error codes.
It's like he's conjured something monstrous, a digital echo that's lost its humanity. A reminder that some things can't be brought back no matter how much we want to.
And with that second failed attempt, the consequences are permanent. Ellie's digital fragments, they're not just gone, they're scattered, irretrievable. He wanted to be a digital Orpheus, bringing his Eurydice back from the underworld of data. But in this realm, love and memory don't translate into code.
He's learned a harsh lesson about the limits of technology, the boundaries between the physical and the digital, the living and the dead.
He deletes the program, finally accepting that Ellie's gone, but the internet, it doesn't feel the same anymore.
Yeah.
The forums where he used to search for information about Ellie, they start glitching. Posts flicker in and out of existence, usernames appear and vanish, and he starts to wonder, has this happened before? Are there digital ghosts out there, remnants of other failed attempts at resurrection, haunting the system?
It raises this chilling possibility that he's stumbled onto something much bigger than himself, a dark side of the digital world where grief and technology collide in these really unsettling ways.
And Jamie, the musician turned coder, he becomes a different kind of creator. He starts using those forums to warn others about the dangers of trying to bring back what's lost in the digital realm. His love story, it becomes a cautionary tale, a testament to the boundaries we shouldn't cross.
It's a really powerful message, and it speaks to the ethical questions surrounding technology and grief. How far should we go in our attempts to preserve or recreate what's gone? And what are the potential consequences for ourselves and for the digital world itself?
So those are our two stories, In the Well and Log In from the Underworld, two very different tales, but both exploring those really dark and unsettling corners of human desire and loss.
They both really make you think, don't they? About the things we yearn for, the lengths we'll go to in order to get them, and the potentially devastating consequences of tampering with forces we don't fully understand.
Exactly. So as you listen to these stories, consider this. What are the wells in your own life? Those things that tempt you with easy solutions, with the promise of fulfilling your deepest desires. And what are the digital spaces, those online realms where you might be tempted to try and reclaim what's lost, to hold on to those digital ghosts just a little bit longer?
Are there areas in your own life where you might be making a deal with a digital devil, so to speak?
Yeah.
Or perhaps clinging to a digital echo that's preventing you from truly moving on?
Because sometimes the greatest horror lies not in the supernatural or the technological, but in our own all-too-human capacity for longing and the unforeseen costs of trying to fulfill those longings or to undo what is ultimately inevitable.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration into the shadows on the Walking Dread podcast. Remember to rate and follow for more unsettling journeys.
Until next time, stay spooky.